Hey guys, how you doing? To start off with, the capital of Argentina is Buenos Aires. Now, actually that has nothing to do with our lesson at all. But anyway, I just thought I'd let you know that just in case you didn't know that. Let's look at circumference and circles and all that kind of jazz today. If you remember, what we did on circles last time is we went, a segment that goes from the center to the edge of a circle is called a radius. This is a diameter, a segment that goes through the middle of the circle and touches both sides. The circumference, remember, was the perimeter of a circle. Now do you recognize this symbol here? It's a Greek letter. Okay, sometimes it's referred to as pi, like that. Well, here's the deal with pi. Never understood this when I was in high school. I figured it out later. If you take a diameter and pretend like this is a piece of string that doesn't stretch, all right? And let's say take a pin or something, or just keep your thumb there, and you take that string and you put this end right there, and you take this part here and you kind of go, and kind of like stretch it out around this circle, all right? And it ends right there. And you hold your thumb there, hold that still, and you bring this part around again and stretch that out one more time like that. Okay, you go, that ends right there. And then you do your thumb again, and you stretch this part over here, and in other words, you can stretch that diameter around a circle 3 times. There's going to be a little chunk of stuff left over. That is what pi is. Pi, you probably seen this number, 3.1415926. This is one of those numbers that there is no end to the decimals. In fact, nerds and people with too much time on their hands have memorized 10,000 digits of pi for no apparent reason. All right? It's like arguing which is greater, Captain Kirk or Captain Picard. Oof. Anyway, most times in math, they just say, oh, pi is 3.14. And when I was in high school, I just memorized pi is 3.14. Like, what does that mean? Well, I didn't understand until later. Well, that number, pi, that's the number of times a diameter goes around the same circle it's a part of. 3.14 times. There you go. So that's what the pi means. This is very handy, by the way, in finding things like perimeter and also area as well. It's really funky how this works. But anyway, we'll do a couple of these. What's the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 10? Well, diameter of 10 means this whole thing is 10 from here to here. So the formula for pi, I forgot to tell you this. You should, let's see, circumference. You need to write this down. Write this down. You ready? Pause this and write this down if you need to. Circumference of a circle, in other words, the perimeter of a circle, the distance around a circle, is equal to pi, I'm not a very good pi drawer, pi times the diameter. I'll just put D for diameter. Memorize this. Chant it to yourself all day long, okay? All right. Circumference is pi times a diameter. So they're asking us here, what's the circumference of a circle that has a diameter of 10? Well, the circumference is pi, which is 3.14, we'll call it, times, put a dot there, 10. Well, you already know the trick to multiply things by 10, right? You move the decimal. So if this is 10, the diameter, then the distance around the circle will be 31.4 approximately. There you go. All right. If the diameter is 8, well, let's just change it to 8. Well, the circumference in that case would be 3.14 times 8. And you would need to go ahead and do the multiplication on a piece of paper or something like that. And you'd find that the answer is 25.12. And there you go. All right. If the radius is 6, make sure you pay attention to that word radius. Well, if the radius is 6, well, that means the diameter is 12, right? So the circumference of that circle is going to be 3.14 times 12. There you go. That's all there is to it. Okay. 37.68, that'll be approximately. Okay, and that's it. Make sure you understand that what pi means. Pi is the relationship between a diameter and a distance around the same circle that it's a part of. That's all there is to it. A diameter fits around the circle 3 times and a little left over, 3.14, we call that pi. All right, let's try the practice set. That is on page 251. There we go. And it's 252 as well, so there's more. So keep going. All right, pause it. Oh, I guess I mean pause it and do all of them. Then come back. Okay, do all of them on the 251 and 252. So pause it and let's go. Okay, I mean, the only reason for A is because, in the lesson they said, when I was a kid, they used to do, pi is equal to, they used to do this. Circumference equals pi 2 pi times r. Well, twice a radius is a diameter. It's the same thing. The diameter is the same thing as 2 times r. B, if the circumference, the diameter is 2 times 3.14 is 6.28. If it's the circumference is, in C, if the radius is 3, that means the diameter is 6. 6 times 3.14 is 18.84. D, the diameter of a penny is about 3/4 of an inch. Find the circumference of a penny. Well, let's look at this. The diameter of a penny is about 3/4 an inch. We can just say 0.75, right? The circumference would be 3.14 times 0.75, that'd be about 2.36. All right, on to page 252. Roll a penny through one rotation on a piece of paper. That'll just depend, and so on. How far did it go? That's going to be about what you get there for E. F, the radius of the great wheel was 14 7/8, which is the best rough estimate of the wheel's circumference. Okay, well, let's do it. The radius of the wheel is 14 7, and just say 15. All right. What's the circumference? Well, if it's 15, the diameter is 30, right? So 30 times 3 is about 90. So that's a best estimate. F, that was F. G, C equals 2 pi r to find the circumference of a circle radius of 5 inches. That'll be 31.4. If the radius is 5 inches, that means the diameter is 10. Man, I hate all this jazz about multiplying the radius times 2 to get this formula. Just go, I'm telling you, just go circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. That'll save you a lot of time. 3.14, multiply it by whatever. Okay, have a great day with your problem set today. Knock out the geometry, and we'll see you next time. Bye.